Alright, this is a video for all you people who are new into the multi-rotors and you're wondering what flight control board to get. I'm going to compare the Ford KK22 2.1, the Illuminati 32, which is actually a NACE 32 with a built-in OSD, APM 2.6, and the NASA. This is the NASA M-Lite, but it's easily upgradable to the V2. And so here we go. Now the KK21 is the most versatile board out of the four. If you like to build your own frames, you can build just about anything with this because it's a very forgiving board. You could build V-tails, reverse V-tails, tricopters, pentacopters, anything you could possibly imagine you could build with a KK2. It doesn't have the best sensors, the most stable sensors, but this is a very reliable board. I've crashed mine about 50 times, and they were very hard crashes, and it just keeps going and going and going. So if you want a board that'll just keep going and going, very reliable, and if you want to build your own frames, the KK2 is the best one to get. Now the NACE 32 is tuned the most aggressively, so it's the fastest multi-rotor you can build with this flight control board. However, it's a very unreliable board. You'll have a lot of defective ones that's very difficult to connect to the computer. I've had 4 boards, NACE 32s, and they all went bad. 3 didn't connect. The first one connected, but after a very light fall, the gyro didn't work properly, and the multi-rotor kept swaying back and forth in the Z-axis, and so I had to return it. But if you had one race you had to win, and your life depended on it, this is the board to use. However, the reliability is not good. This will spend more time in the shop than you will be flying. And so I'm not a big fan of the NACE 32. The APM 2.6, it's a very good board too. The tuning is probably a mixture of the NACE 32 and the NASA. It's more aggressive than the NASA, but not quite as aggressive as the NACE 32. It's got a lot of features. Setup is not too bad. However, this also has some reliability issues. You'll have some difficulty sometimes connecting to the computer, and my personal experience with this APM is I had a hexcopter going, and I finally tuned the altitude hold and the GPS, and for some reason when I was flying, it just basically, it was flying like this, and basically it just fell over. It capsized like a boat. And ever since that, then it wouldn't work properly. I don't know what happened. I think it was the power module. The power module might have went bad. But this also has a little bit of reliability issues too. Not as bad as the NACE 32, but it's not quite as reliable as the NASA. The NASA is the least aggressive of the 4 as far as tuning, so it's not going to be a racer by any means, but it is the most stable. The altitude hold is the best, and the GPS lock is the best out of the 4. So if you're flying a basic quadcopter or a hexcopter or a Y6, and you're not interested in really building your own frame, you're not interested in building a multi-rotor with a servo, and you're interested in basically getting some nice aerial views, and you want your multi-rotor to be very reliable, the NASA is the way to go. So out of the 2, you would compare these 2 because they're kind of the same. They're used kind of for the same reasons. They compete in the same market. Out of the 2, the NASA is my favorite out of the 2 because it's reliable, It's just keeps going and going too. And so there you go, the 4 flight control boards. The ones I recommend: KK2, NASA. Naze 32, serious reliability issues. APM, some reliability issues. But once it gets going, it really flies good. It's just expect some time in the shop when you fly with the APM. Expect your rig to always be in the shop when you're flying the Naze 32. So there you go.